You know, one of the things that is happening this time of year, especially in Park City, is the housing market. The real estate market really starts to change a little bit every year in Park City. And since we had such a big boom, or lack of, I don't know what you want to call it, Kathleen Kuhn is here with us. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. And she is from HouseMasters, and they are a home inspection company that is both domestic and international. So you service people in Canada as well as here in the United States.
Yes.
And particularly here in Salt Lake City, since that's where corporate offices are based here, correct?
That's right.
Tell us a little bit about HouseMasters and its origination.
Well, very proud to say that my father started HouseMaster. He got into the home inspection business in the early 70s, very much a pioneer in the industry, always wanted to have a national company, so we began franchising in 1979 and brought the company up to several hundred franchises. And in 2008, we partnered with Soper Brands and retained some ownership and partnered to really bring HouseMaster to the next level.
And, you know, why is HouseMaster so necessary? Why do we need a home inspection? We're buying a brand new property, or we're buying a property that a family has already lived in. It should be okay, shouldn't it?
Well, it's a great question, and that's one of the upsides, if there will, of the housing market, is that people are more concerned about what they're buying. It is usually one of the largest investments you're ever going to make.
Absolutely.
So you want to gather as much information about the home, and the condition of the home is a significant factor in, or should be, in considering the purchase price or considering whether that home's for you.
And you know, I think so many people, especially once we had the number of foreclosures that every state in the union was affected by, some of the things that you found were people were going into these homes and taking out part of their investment. If they had put granite countertops in, they were taking them out. They were taking out the appliances. They were taking out venting, light fixtures. So a home inspection, I would imagine, is really necessary when these types of things have had to be replaced to make sure, A, that they're done correctly, or that it's the standard that you would expect. Is that one of the purposes? Is it only for the seller, or is it for the buyer as well?
It's really for both.
Okay.
In a foreclosure situation, generally it's for the buyer, because the buyer wants to have everything documented on exactly what's wrong with the house so that they can really consider, are they getting a good bargain? If all the appliances are ripped out, okay, that's somewhat obvious, but they also want to know if the home has been vacant, or are there moisture issues, mold issues, gaskets dry out when a house is vacant. So there could be plumbing issues. So we're really there to provide them information on what the untrained eye would not see.
Okay, so you guys do things like foundational checks. You're going to make sure that it's solid, roof checking, but
Exactly.
also you're going to be able to deal with some of the well issues and some of the septic issues as well?
You know, we're really, again, trying to be full service and trying to, again, help a home buyer or home seller get the information they need to either buy or sell their home. So the standard home inspection is all the major elements of the home: heating, cooling, electrical, plumbing, structure. However, if there's ancillary systems or ancillary tests that a consumer may demand, such as mold testing, well or septic systems, pest inspections, our offices at HouseMaster generally will accommodate those service needs as well.
And those are things, as a home buyer or a seller, that we wouldn't be able to necessarily recognize with the naked eye. We don't have a trained eye to be able to see these types of things, correct?
And that's the whole thing. At HouseMaster, we have a strong commitment to training of the inspectors. The inspectors are certified through the National Institute of Building Inspectors. So they're trained exactly to see what somebody wouldn't see, and to go in the places you wouldn't go: crawl spaces, attics. We also take into consideration energy efficiency now. So, but the big ticket items are really major systems, and that's our focus. So if you have to replace a roof, it could be thousands of dollars.
Absolutely.
Major foundation issue, thousands of dollars. We really want the consumer to take that into consideration when they're buying or selling their home.
And you know, this sounds like a major expense. Is this a huge expense, having a home inspection done before you purchase or before you sell?
No, it's not. I mean, it's several $100s. I mean, the average price is anywhere from $350 to $550, $600, depending on services.
Okay.
So it's really a small investment.
It's a very small investment.
For a lot of peace of mind.
That sounds like, I mean, you would anticipate, because of the things that you were just talking about that need to be checked out, that you need to know before you purchase or sell your home. You would think it would be a huge expense, but not so much.
No,
I
it's
think
very
that's
reasonable.
Fantastic. What are some of the things that, as a buyer, we should be looking for when we're going into a home? If I bring you in, what are you going to be able to tell me that's going to help me make a decision on, like you said, the largest investment I'll ever make in my life?
Well, you know, it's really up to the buyer. I mean, one of the things that our inspectors are often asked is, should I buy the home or shouldn't I buy the home? And that's not really our decision to make. What we're going to do is provide you with the information. If you're getting a home at a rock bottom price and you find out that the home needs a new roof, that's okay. You may factor that into the purchase price and say, hey, this is still a good deal.
Right.
But we are going to focus on the major elements. So again, the type of roofing, the age of the roofing, are there any current roof leaks? Are there some maintenance issues? So there may be, the roof may seem to be leaking, but it's really just a flashing leak. So now we're able to say, well, you know, that's not a roof replacement. That's really just a maintenance item. So we're really there to not just provide a laundry list of what's wrong with the house, but really educate the buyer or seller on things that they can do to fix the home and also how to operate many of the systems of home, particularly for the home buyer.
And it's just as important also for the seller. The seller needs to make sure that, you know, he knows what may or may not be, you know, an issue in the price of his home.
Exactly, and more home sellers are having what we call a pre-inspection. And that's where we're going to come out and the HouseMaster inspector will provide a written report, talk to the seller about the things that are wrong with the house, give the seller an opportunity to make repairs and eliminate the buyer turnoffs, if you will, eliminate the negotiation points. Sellers in this market do not want to lose a home buyer at the last minute due to some problem that pops up on a home inspection.
How do people get in touch with you, Kathleen, and your company if they're either in the market to purchase or if they have a home that they are trying to sell? How do they contact you?
And we have franchise territories available too. So,
oh, well, see, that's wonderful, and it sounds like a great market right now.
It's a business opportunity as
Definitely.
well. So, but really, all the information for buyers, sellers, even energy efficiencies, home maintenance, as well as franchise information can be found at HouseMaster.com.
Okay. All right. It's HouseMaster.com. Kathleen, thank you so much for getting up with us this morning. Appreciate the information. Remember, a home inspection is absolutely very, very important and necessary, and HouseMasters can definitely help you in the process.